So we're going to be looking at inside these 4 boxes here, and I gotta cover everything. We want to actually start manipulating the line height or margin between these things on here. So if you look at this compared to where we want to go, you can see these are more close together, and then we have a space between the header 3 and these paragraphs. Ours is just basically the same between them, so we're going to start manipulating those again with CSS. So firstly we're going to do a footer for the paragraph, and we're going to do one for the H3. So kind of like what we did up here with our footer top paragraph and footer top H2. So we're going to reset the margin here to 0, and we're also going to remove the padding just in case. So padding 0, so we are 100% sure that there's nothing of each. So if you do this, save, and you can now see everything is kind of squished together. Now we want to create the space between this part and the paragraph and the H3. So we actually need to do a footer H3, and in here we are going to add some extra margin, and we want 0 from top, we want 0 on right, and we want a little bit on our left, so add 10 pixels and 0 to the left. Click save, go to our browser and hit refresh. And again, just a quick reminder, the reason why I did not write a hashtag in front of footer here is because it's a predefined HTML element we can use. There's no IDs in this one. This here is an ID we created in our div block, so it has we need to use a hashtag to make sure the system knows it's looking for an ID here. So again, it's really important that you make sure that you don't put in a hashtag before this one here. So that's the first part. If you go back to this one compared to this one, so they're almost kind of similar right now, but you can see this is slightly more gray, and there's also actually a text shadow to this. So that's the next part we're going to add. So staying with our footer H3, we're going to add a color now. And this color is going to be BBBBB, like so. And then we're going to add a text shadow to this as well. So text shadow, 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 0 pixel, and hashtag 77777, like so. So save, go to your browser, hit refresh, and check out your headliners. And only those on here will now change, so not the headliners everywhere else on the page. And if you zoom in real close, you can actually see the changes that have been done in this one. The reason why this is set to 0 is, I can quickly just show you. If you remember, this is a blur. So if I do this, it becomes increasingly the blur. It will take longer for the shadow to actually go from full color to transparent, or the opacity to 0. So by setting this to 0, it's a sharp edge, so it looks a little bit like it's 3D effect. So now we're actually getting close, and now we're going to start looking at the part over here with our social link.